IVM.
Hi, everybody. Just wanted to ask everyone for a quick favor. We're running a brand survey right now and would really appreciate it if you could let us know what you think about the advertising on IVM. Go to ivmpodcast.com/survey and do let us know. As part of this, we'll be selecting 10 random participants and sending them some IVM swag, so do fill out those surveys.
Here's your smart fact of the day. Do you know how much content we generate every minute of every day? Snapchat users every minute share over 5 lakh photos. YouTube videos, users watch over 40 lakh YouTube videos every minute. 4.5 lakh tweets are sent out on Twitter. Instagram users post about close to 50,000 photos. And this happens every minute of every day. Hey there. Welcome to Smarter with Sid, episode 9. And we are also creating some content over here, aren't we? Well, this episode is going to focus on a different kind of strategy if you're thinking of adding content to this already overcrowded world. It's all based upon why perhaps you should cut your content clutter. But let me just take a step back and let me introduce this topic to you a little more. As we just saw, every day we are creating more and more content. I mean, we are talking of waste and all the waste that we are creating, environmentally. But if you think of all the waste that we are seeing or creating or consuming every single day on the internet, a different kind of waste, of course, it's information waste to my mind, then we'll certainly know that it is not a question of adding more content to the whole thing, right? It is a little counterintuitive, but that's where I want to go here. Now, if I look at what should somebody's strategy be, okay, everybody and their uncle is saying, okay, you got to do your personal brand, man. If you're, an individual trying to look out for your work or look out for building your portfolio, or everybody and their uncle's agency is coming around and telling clients, hey guys, you got to be more consistent in creating more content on social media and you got to drive organic content and we'll help you do it, right? Of course, we'll help you do it, right? But the fact is that what should your strategy be? What should your strategy be? Are you really convinced about the kind of content that you're creating on the social media platform of your choice? I mean, whether it's a YouTube video that you're developing or a LinkedIn post or maybe, anything on Insta or anything on Facebook or whatever it is, whatever your goal is, whatever your objective is, whatever you're trying to, build your marketing strategy on, are you sure that you have the right content creating strategy? Because if your strategy is about creating more content, perhaps you just need to stop and take a pause and maybe take a step back. Perhaps what we should look at is how can we cut the content clutter? Well, it starts with ourselves, right? I mean, if you think about, just do a small experiment for me. If you're on LinkedIn, maybe just go to your LinkedIn and see the kind of content that you've shared in the last 10 interactions that you've had on LinkedIn. Some of them might be comments, some of them might be, posts that you've made, some of them you've reshared something and stuff like that. And all of it perhaps has an underlying tone of you wanting to share something because you think it would be of some use to people in your network. Now, we are not doing it altruistically, of course. What we are doing is that when we share something or when we showcase something that we have thinking about or sharing or whatever it is, we are also showcasing something which is around the fact that, hey, I'm smart, so look at me. And trust me, I do that, you do that, all of us do that. And the reason why we do that is because it is actually genetically driven. Evolution has made sure that we have survival and success strategies that are inbuilt deep into us, and they come forth on social media by ways of, peacocking. You're just showcasing the amount of knowledge that you have, the amount of information that you have, and that's fine. I think all of us should do that. All of us should be building our personal brands. All of us should be building our companies' brands and products and services and the information that they give, and more power to you. But the central question of this particular episode is, are you creating that value really, or are you creating clutter? Now, how the hell do you answer something like that? Because if somebody asks you to look at your feed, you're only going to see it through your own bias, right? You know that, hey, I thought it was of value and stuff like that. But maybe what you could do is visit a friend, a professional friend of yours, or a professional colleague's news feed on Facebook, or on LinkedIn, and stuff like that, and just see, just be objective, because we can be objective with everybody else but ourselves, right? So just observe, okay, did this person really need to add this kind of content to this conversation? Did that comment need to be made? Was it all necessary? Has this not been said before? And suddenly you will soon see a pattern. People are running out of things to say. They really don't know what to say. And the fact is that they will not know what to say unless and until they have something, what I would say, deep knowledge. They have something of what I would call deep knowledge that is around a theme or a couple of themes. And then they're sharing their own perspectives and worldviews. And that's when, we gravitate towards those kind of worldviews and enjoy that content. Now go back to your own news feed and check out the kind of stuff that you've done, and then you ask yourself those critical questions. Okay, is this content created in a similar way before? Was that comment really necessary? Did I really need to fight on this whole thing, right? And you might suddenly realize that, okay, there are two things that you could probably do lesser of. One is stop getting into arguments on any social media. And even on LinkedIn, I've seen, hey, I politely disagree with you, but actually what you're doing is you are kind of show-offing to another show-off who's put up stuff on the LinkedIn. And it's a nice battle to observe for any social scientist like me. But coming back to the point, maybe whenever you're commenting, try to guess the direction that the guy who's made the original content is trying to take it to. And if you disagree with it, you can say yes and instead of yes but, and try to help humanity around. Or maybe not comment, maybe unfollow that person, maybe just not comment for a few times, unless and until you're very, very irritated with that kind of comment. I would suggest just avoid. What I would say is make comments that help, not harm. Make comments that take the discussion forward in a way that it is not being taken forward, but in a positive way, right? Not in a negative sort of counter-attacky sort of way all the time. And if you're really creating content, whether it's a video or whether it is a something that you've written and the rest of it, just ask yourself, hey, has this been written before? What am I saying which is genuinely adding value to this sort of conversation? And then you might realize, okay, I don't know enough. And if you don't know enough, don't share. Otherwise, we all make fun of the person who's creating a lot of content which is really vapid and superficial on LinkedIn. But then one day we realize, oh my God, maybe even I'm doing it. And what we need to do is be very wary about the fact that your content strategy should not be about creating huge amounts of content, no matter what all those social media experts say. Your content strategy should be about creating relevant content, especially in the days going ahead, because I see a lot of people actually getting fed up with social media and actually, switching off from content that is just vapid and superficial. So my recommendation would be to create content only of value. Sure, you can create it consistently. But still it has to be of value. And consistency doesn't mean a lot, right? Consistency can mean once a week or once every 10 days or whatever it is. You're setting a pattern, but then people will start recognizing your pattern for something that is valuable to their lives. And trust me, if you kind of map it to the big picture, the big personal brand that you're trying to create, or the big company brand that you're trying to create, and then kind of say, okay, so what exactly should I be communicating most of the time over here? You'll realize that a lot of the content that you're creating, a lot of the waste that you're creating can be easily gotten rid of. In fact, this counterintuitive advice will help you create a very strong signal amidst all that noise. See the big picture is all I can say. And that is exactly why you should cut your content clutter. Because if a lot of us actually cut our content clutter, the people who are still going about shamelessly will either ruin that platform or they will be called out and we won't follow them anymore. But inertia won't do. I think it is high time that we actually just cut it out, right? Cut it out and make way for a better, kind of communication between all of us. What do you think? What do you think? Well, I hope you liked this particular episode of Smarter with Sid. I think I'm getting just into my stride now with episode 9. And I do hope that if you have any thoughts, do connect with me on LinkedIn or on Instagram. Write a mail to me or whatever, direct message, sorry. And just let me know what you think. I'm the traveling professor and I do make reels and I do make a lot of funny comments as well on Instagram and on LinkedIn. I make a few notes and a few videos. And if you like podcasts like these, please go to ivmpodcast.com and start checking their stuff out, man. All right. On that happy note then, see you soon.
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On the Edges and Sledges Cricket Podcast, in the first half, Ashwin is joined by Varun to wrap India's ODI tour of Sri Lanka. In the second half, DJ joins the party to discuss the first T20 international between India and Sri Lanka. If you'd like to hear more about this match, former Indian cricketer Sabah Karim joins Rajiv Mishra on Khel Niti and they talk some more about it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're really excited to announce a new show, a show about crypto with Rohan Joshi. He's going to dive deep and demystify all this crypto stuff that we've been hearing about. And let me tell you a little bit more about stuff that's going on the network really quickly. Congratulations to Maru Kinayat, who celebrates 50 episodes of The Note with a discussion on health as a fundamental right. On Paisa Vaisa, Anupam talks to Harsha Chetanwala of mywealthgrow.com. Zarina Poonawalla is starting a new miniseries on emotional intelligence. Do check out the kickoff episode on the Empowering series. And Simplified talks about semiconductors. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show, or any other show for that matter, please do tell a friend. That's really helpful for us. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors on the network this week. They make this all possible. Thank you very much. CIET, Cred, Global Victoria, Bank of Baroda, Intuit India, Lenovo, and CoinSwitch Kuber. We really appreciate your support.
2020 is a difficult year. A global pandemic, protests, elections, recessions. You get the picture. What we need is a space where we can have nuanced discussions about global affairs and foreign policy. That's where I come in. My name is Hamsini Hariharan and I host the States of Anarchy podcast. Every second Tuesday, I speak to experts in the field of international relations to make a little more sense of the world. So join me on the IVM Podcast app, website, or wherever you're listening to me right now.